guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you clicked on this video and that you want to do a digital declutter with me.
I can feel your heart pound beating like a kick drum. Love it when I'm this drunk. Ooh, yeah, I can find.
So before we jump into the different areas that we're going to walk through how to do a digital declutter of, I wanted to quickly touch on a couple things. First off, if you are seeing this from crochet.com, you might be like, didn't you already do a digital declutter post? Yes, I did back in April, and it was highly requested when I had released that post that I make that into a video. At that point, I was not doing YouTube at all, so it just stuck to being a blog post at that point. And when I started this channel a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to make sure that I thought about which posts were highly requested to be turned into a video. And I totally agree that learning how to do a digital declutter is much easier to follow on a video rather than just a blog post. Also, what is a digital declutter? A digital declutter is decluttering and organizing any part of your digital life. That does not just mean your computer, it also means your phone, memory cards, hard drives, anything like that. Anything that is digital in all aspects of your digital life, including apps and subscriptions, everything digital. And why is this important to do? Because having clutter in your life in any facet, we hear all the time about how important it is to declutter your home. You also need to declutter your digital life. It's, with modern times, we spend so much time on technology and with technology that we can't let that part of our life be cluttered either. It's not good for your mental wellness. It's harder for you to focus. It makes you more prone to distractions. And it just makes you feel better to have your digital life decluttered just like the rest of your life in your home. So we are going to talk about a couple key areas that I think are necessary to actually walk you through how to declutter them. The first, emails. All right, with emails, we are going to talk about three main areas. First, we are going to talk about how you just need to get your inbox cleared up. Irrelevant emails, delete them all. Anything that you know that you are not going to go back and you are not going to need it. I would argue this is the most important for kind of like a personal email, or if you're going through work or academic emails, if you know a project is absolutely done, or if you know that you're done with a class and you're never going to need it again, delete all of those emails. So now, if you have your emails all deleted, we're going to go through and create folders and subfolders. The general idea is to get everything into a home where they belong. So on an iPhone, you'll see it here, where there's all of the folders that are already created. Usually there's defaults like junk emails, trash, and things like that. So here they are on my Gmail. They're abbreviated for what works for me. Things like VCA is literally just my dog's vet. Things like that. This apartment's for when we were renting. Anything that is a relevant folder for you and your life. I'm not going to tell you what your folders need to be because they are so personal to what you need to keep in your email. And then the last step, let's go back here. And this is my favorite step. We're going to jump into junk. Step is my favorite, and it is unsubscribing from junk emails. Guys, I did not subscribe to like half of this, but let's go ahead and pick one that I may have at one point subscribed to. And just going in, usually it's on the bottom, because you subscribed. To opt out of receiving future emails, you may do so here. Second, photos. We are going to talk about decluttering all parts of your photos. Next up, guys, deleting photos. I know it can be hard to do, but trust me, you do not need thousands of screenshots. Delete old screenshots. Right now my camera roll is mainly full of Pinterest pins that I need to post, and that's okay. But I go through and I do this about once or twice a month actually, because I can't stand when my photo area is too cluttered up. So go through, delete them on your phone, and then delete them on your computer. And then also make folders. Like, for example, I have a full album of my puppy, so that even though I have 4,000 pictures that I do want to keep, I still have all of these memories in one easy to access spot. Look how cute she is, guys. So go through, get them organized. I have them organized. I have like 15,000 pictures on my computer, and I have them all organized into folders and subfolders because it's lots of vacations, family photos, my graduation, my sister's graduations, things like that. It's okay to have a lot of pictures. I am the daughter of a professional photographer. Trust me, pictures are fine, but organize them, guys. Make folders. Next is apps. I know no one wants to hear this, but you gotta declutter them. Your app library cannot be full of hundreds of apps that you never use. I'm so guilty of it. We're gonna do it together on my book, guys. Next up is a hard to swallow decluttering project, and that is your apps. So guilty of hoarding apps that I honestly never use. Look at this, okay. Like this notification that just came across, I downloaded this app, and I'm sure it's a great company, but they sent so many notifications, and honestly, I've never actually used the app. So go through, delete apps you don't use, and then after you delete apps that you aren't using, make sure you go through and add them to folders. Right now, I have a ton of apps that are not in folders, and they need to be. Documents. All types of documents. We'll go through this in detail. All right, guys, next up is going through and making sure that your documents are decluttered and organized. I have so many things in my downloads right now that I don't need anymore. So go through, delete them all. I always end up with so many because I have so much stuff from my newsletters. And you do not need to keep things like this. I promise you guys. It's just decluttering your computer. Delete them all. You don't need them. And then make sure that you have folders. You can never have too many folders. I know that looks like I have a good amount. Here, I can show you what so go through and make sure that everything is in folders. I have a bunch of stuff right now that's not in folders, and it actually stresses me out. So we're gonna go through, these are all stickers. I have a bunch of pictures from graduation that are not organized right now. So go through, just make sure that all of your documents are in order. Computer programs is the next one. The next step is if you are in the most current version of Windows. I do apologize if you're in a MacBook. I'm not, or any Apple computers, I'm not entirely sure how to do it, and I am sure somebody else has definitely provided the step-by-step information online, but go through and look at your programs. I actually did this the other day, so as of now, all of my programs are programs that I actually want to have, but go through, like, they had like auto-installed Candy Crush on my computer, just the way it came, and that did not need to be taking up space. It did not need to be cluttering anything when I was searching for things I actually needed. I'm never going to use Candy Crush on my computer. So go through, get rid of anything like that. Next, we are going to talk about subscriptions and getting those decluttered. next area that we're going to talk about is subscriptions. We did talk about going through and hitting that wonderful unsubscribe button on emails, but I also wanted to briefly talk about unsubscribing from notifications as well. I know for a fact I am not the only one who ends up with a notification screen that just has so much stuff on it, guys. So much. And you don't need all those notifications, so just go into your phone settings. Again, for this one I'm showing how to do it on iPhones. But go into notifications, go to settings, and then notifications, and then you can go through your notifications and go to each individual app and see, like, I don't need notifications from Ashley Home Furniture. So I'm just going to turn off all notifications from them. There's no world in which I would actually want notifications from them. Unsubscribing, that's probably the correct term. Unsubscribing from notifications that you don't want on your phone helps keep you from getting so easily distracted when you're constantly getting alerts on your phone. Also go through and go into your credit card app or however you pay your bills, and I'd also recommend checking out what subscriptions you're paying for just in general, and make sure that all the subscription services that you're paying for are services that you'll actually use. And lastly, we are going to walk through quickly how to declutter your browser. Your browser is the last area that we're going to talk about doing a digital declutter for. So go through, and there's 3 parts to this. The first is making sure that you only have tabs up that you're actually going to use. I only have 2 tabs up. I have a YouTube video I'm watching and then my website, because I had one on each of my 2 screens. I do have 2 screens. And then go through, and you don't need to have 8 tabs open, remember, guys. Okay. And then the second thing is going through and making sure that up here at the top of your browser, if you have a bunch of stuff pinned on there, you don't need to have it. Chances are you don't consistently use it enough to actually have it be up there and be a distraction for you. And then there's also a high chance that you don't actually use what's pinned up there anymore. I know that I was guilty of this for a very long time. For almost a year after I'd graduated college, I still had my school's portal pinned up here, and I didn't need to have that up there. I actually cleared them all off because I don't have anything that I go to that frequently that doesn't actually just maintain up. Like, the only thing that I go to all the time is to produce and web edit on my website, which is a WordPress site. And that tab just basically stays up all the time. And then the last thing is go to your bookmarks. It generally looks like this now. It's the same place you would go to look for your history. I have almost nothing bookmarked on mine because I don't find the need for it, so that if I do actually need to bookmark something, it's super important. The things I bookmarked on there are actually really personal or financial related, so I'm not going to open that up, but that's because those are the only things that I find it to be worthy to actually bookmark. Chances are you do not need to have a whole bunch of bookmarks on there, and if you do need a lot of bookmarks for whatever reason, you know, if that's what works for you, that's cool, but go through and make folders and then make subfolders. Keep them organized, or else you're going to lose it. What's the point of having things bookmarked if you have 10,000 things bookmarked and you're going to lose things? Alright guys, I hope that digital declutter was helpful. If you are a fan of crochet.com, or if you want to become a fan, make sure you check it out in the description box. But if you have any other blog posts that you've seen of mine that you're like, wow, this would be really helpful if this was a video, let me know which ones they are in the comments, or you can comment on that blog post, or tweet me, or DM me on Instagram, whatever, and let me know, because I will definitely try, now that I have this channel, to try to convert, sorry, FedEx is outside. I will try to convert as many of my blog posts to videos as possible, or at least the ones where it makes sense to have them be a video and be able to actually show you guys the step-by-step things that you do in them. So let me know if you have anything like that, or just any video requests in general. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear suggestions, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye!